Coming up on Open for Business, we talk with Lauren Riley Sales of Second Star Productions. Today on Open for Business, we are highlighting Second Star Productions. This year, they're opening their 28th season, where they have been a community staple. Here today to provide more insight about the company and their work is Lauren Riley Sales. Hi, Lauren. So how are you doing today?
I am great, Lewis. Thank you for having me.
So first, let's start with who you are and what you do with Second Star Productions.
So, again, my name's Lauren Riley Sales, and I'm the marketing director for Second Star. So I'm a member of the board of directors, and my main job and purpose is to advertise and get the word out about Second Star and all of our wonderful work.
You've done a good job at that, especially because it's connected to quality shows that you do. Now, I think because this is the 28th season, since you all have been producing since 1996, what are some of the highlights that the company is most proud of?
Well, Second Star started very small. Our founder, Jane Wingard, and her husband were just interested in producing theater for fun and just to involve their friends and their family. And it started out as this kind of small project that's really grown and become, I think, a wonderful community asset and resource within the community of Bowie. We produce 3 musicals every year. That's varied over the years, but right now we've been doing 3 musicals a year that are very diverse in their casting, very diverse in the stories that they tell. We have a very family-oriented environment, which I think is really special. That's what attracted me to Second Star. My daughter and I auditioned for Sound of Music together and got to be on stage together for the first time. So Second Star has produced lots of wonderful musicals over the years and won many local awards. We are very well known for our beautiful sets and scene painting. Our founder, Jane, is a wonderful artist and has won, I think, 8 or 9 Washington Area Theater Awards for her set painting. So we have really kind of carved our niche out in the local community theater, I think, in those ways.
No, I think you have because my introduction was with word of mouth from a local person. So speaking of the theater, the 24-25 season is here.
Yes.
And tell us about the shows that are a part of this season.
So we have 3 wonderful shows that we're putting on this year. The first one opens on October 4th, and it is Sister Act, the musical. If anyone's familiar with that amazing film from the 90s with Whoopi Goldberg, this is a musical adaptation of that movie. So it's all new music written by Alan Menken. If anyone knows him, he is the composer of Disney hits like Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid. He also wrote Little Shop of Horrors. So the music is so fun and uplifting, and it's a hilarious show. That's starting in October. And then in February, we have a show called For Colored Girls Who've Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. It's called a choreo poem. So it is a lot of spoken word poetry that is about and told by Black women that we're very excited to bring to Bowie. And then our closing show, which goes up at the end of May, is Into the Woods, a very classic Sondheim musical. So we're very excited about all 3 of those.
That's a good mix, and it's interesting the timing of each one for the shows. But I think that part has been really exciting. But for me, I because again I found out about Second Star through word of mouth. You mentioned it earlier. But your company works with local talent. And interestingly enough, I mean, some of that local talent is connected to Anne Arundel County Public Schools. And so some of the people who work in our school system are a part of that. So tell me, what do you think the draw is for AACPS individuals to be a part of that? And what are some traits that you think you've seen in them connected with the others that make them sort of fit with Second Star?
Well, all of our AACPS participants are AACPS awesome, right? Starting with number 1, I think I've really found over the years that there are a lot of educators that I think are drawn to theater. I think educators are natural performers, That's what we do on a day-to-day basis, right? So I myself am an Anne Arundel County employee. This is 20 years for me as a speech language pathologist. And I started out as a musical theater major and decided that I needed to do something that was a little bit more stable. And so I've been a speech therapist here in the county for many years now and worked with a lot of other AACPS teachers in my community theater endeavors. Second Star did a production of Matilda a year ago. 3 of our lead characters were all AACPS teachers. So Meg Namath was Miss Trunchbull, the kind of bully principal lady. Then we had Tanya Mayo, who was Miss Honey, who was the loving, wonderful teacher. And then Trevor Greenfield was Mr. Wormwood, who was Matilda's dad. So they're all AACPS educators. And we've had many, many AACPS students. I believe in our current production, we have one of the students in the Apex Plus Performing Arts programs is doing our hair and makeup design. So these theater magnet programs that AACPS offers really does give the students the training that they can use to sort of carry over into these more professional experiences, which is, as a middle school and high school students trying to get those theater credits on their resume, it's amazing that these opportunities are available to them, and wonderful that AACPS can provide that background for students who need it. My daughter is an Apex Plus student at Brooklyn Park and just loves it and has been in 2 of the Second Star productions, and she comes in prepared and ready. So a lot of that I credit with her time in the Apex Plus programs too.
And that's amazing because, we sometimes look at what people do inside of a school system and say, okay, well, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. And so I think what Second Star has allowed, as in other programs, but they've allowed the people to kind of do what feels natural to them.
Yeah.
Some passion work.
Absolutely.
And when we connect passion work to passions of people, some people are passionate about theater going.
Yeah.
And just the area we're in, there are a variety of options. Mm-hmm. And so I think about that when Second Star creates their seasons and decide what they're going to produce.
Sure.
So when you go through that process, because you're a part of the board, what's something that you all think about that makes you unique? Because there are a lot of options out there mm-hmm. to go to theater. Mm-hmm. And so you want people to come to your theater.
Yeah.
And what would you say that makes Second Star unique in that arena where people are like, I'm going to get my money's worth, I'm going to get my time's worth going to a Second Star production?
Well, I think one of the things that our board has really worked hard to do, and what I think are improving every single season, is our focus on diversity and equity and inclusion. We do try very hard to feature work by people of color, and specifically works by African American artists. That has become a focus for us because it's reflective of the community that we serve. And I think, theater, that can sometimes be harder to find in local community theaters. And so we're really proud of the focus and the effort that we've put toward featuring the voices of people of color in our shows. And I think that is something that when you come to a Second Star show, you can see that reflected on stage and backstage and in the audience. We do attract a wide range of people to our shows.
I think that's wonderful, because the thing is that while you do seek the diversity, there's still sort of a mainstream connection, because there sometimes, at least once a season, you probably have like a well-known name that's connected to the shows, so people can say, even though, okay, this is something that's connected to the community because of sort of its demographics, you're like, but I know that. Mm-hmm. I know that thing, and so let me see their rendition of it. Is something that I think has value, because obviously I've been to some of the plays as well, and I can feel that. Mm-hmm. So a couple of more questions, and then we're going to close up. So the first thing that I think we for sure need people to know is, how does someone get to and attend a Second Star production? via ticket, and location.
Sure. So we operate out of the Bowie Playhouse, which is right down Route 3. And it is a shared theater space, so it's owned by the city of Bowie, and we share that space with Bowie Community Theater. So there's always something going on in there. Either we're doing a show or they're doing a show, so it's a lot of fun to get to share that space. We have a website that is the hub of all tickets. That's the best place to go. So it's www.secondstar, and the second is with the number 2, don't spell it out, secondstarproductions.org. That's our website, and we are also on Facebook and Instagram. You can check us out there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And it's good you're connected on socials, because on those socials you can see some of the behind the scenes stuff that I think is really amazing. So looking forward to this season, what's something that you hope that is accomplished this season before we close out?
Well, we just a more of a financial goal, but I would love for us to sell out all 3 of our shows. Dreamgirls was our last show of last season, and every single ticket to that show was sold. So we would love to see that happen for these as well. And I know we can do it because they're all such wonderful shows with wonderful people. But we just want, I think, the community to know that we are an open and welcoming place for anyone who's interested in the arts. We love families. We love to support any families who want to participate as a group. That's important to us. And I just think getting some good theater with some good messages out into the community is always a goal for us that I hope we accomplish.
Well, I thank you so much for being here. It's been really heartwarming, because it's something that I'm also personally interested in. So I wanted to make sure that people also get to understand the quality of work that you do.
Thank
you.
So
again, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time and watching Open for Business.